Jolly Papa, moi Papa, oh. Jolly Papa, moi Jolly Papa, moi Papa, oh. Jolly Papa, moi If I am a man, I was and what I want you ready. If I am a man, I was in your part. Tamono take, Tamono go. Up my season, oh, Bega, Nomi Melo Adio. I say, Jana, the door, I say, you're at your phone.
Okay. There we go.
Maybe later in the life.
Okay. Okay.
Ken.
Go on, do your work.
BIAFRANS demand for justice for MAZI Simon Eva Joko, a prisoner of conscience in Finland who is standing to save the life of people. Justice for Simon Eva Joko. Justice for all BIAFRANS. Let us continue to demand for justice for MAZI Simon Eva. He is innocent and must be released unconditionally. Nigerian government is the one responsible for all atrocities happening in Biafra land. MAZI Simon Eva Joko is innocent and must be released. Justice for MAZI Simon Eva. Justice for Biafra. Of the life of my people. Yes. And we're not giving up.
Yeah, no, never.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate, honestly.
This is my weekend word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Paligram. I'm in Italy, USA, about the one lady there. Pali, they go to work. Pali, they work for bank. When I enter for motor, wherever they go, opposite booty, but they're not the on the side. Along the Sukuduro, I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the brother, can I find waiting they happen? Can I find waiting they happen? Can I find the body by? See no day for dog. See no day for dog. If you better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. Can I find wait you? Can I find waiting? This is my weekend word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Paligram. I'm in Italy, USA. About the one lady there. Pali, they go to work. Pali, they work for bank. When I enter for MAZI NNAMDI KANU is not condemning any group. While MAZI NNAMDI KANU is not condemning any group whatsoever. Just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against them. While MAZI NNAMDI KANU is not supporting, is not condemning any. The people that claim to follow him today, they say Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa is that. After 10 good months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. After 10 months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. Yet, they are now changing to Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. And they are looking for freedom. You see, the more you blackmail me, the more you are blackmailing yourself. You think you are blackmailing me? You are blackmailing yourself. You don't know that? When the BBC came and do their nonsense disinformation, is it only Simon Ekpa that they showed his video? Is it only Simon Ekpa? You all were there. All of you were there. You could not even defend yourself. The same Simon Ekpa you are calling all manner of names defended you there. And let me tell you, even when they mentioned Simon Ekpa, the issue they mentioned Simon Ekpa, there was nothing. I can defend anything I say. All of you could not defend yourself, yet, you blackmail me. You think that when you blackmail me, when they want to call them, they call only Ekpa? All of you, your picture were there. Did you see my picture in the write-up? No. My picture was hidden, my video was hidden in the video. But all of you, your picture was there. Every day you look for Simon Ekpa, you post. Simon Ekpa is one quota. Simon Ekpa is a Berima. Simon Ekpa is this. When the things begin to happen, you think it doesn't, they will call you.
Definitely.
And when the issue started, you could not defend yourself. You couldn't defend yourself. BBC did not say it was Simon Ekpa. BBC put your picture, all of you, as you were blackmailing Simon Ekpa, they did not say it was, they put all of your picture. So this one said, we are going to kill this one, we are going to kill that one. All of your picture was there, your video was there. Yet, you wake up every day to blackmail Simon Ekpa. And if you don't, of course some of you can never live. Hatred and jealousy of Simon Ekpa has been clouded the brain that you don't have at all.
They can't learn.
I do not know when they are going to learn.
They will never learn. They will learn in their grave.
Simon Ekpa by calling Simon Ekpa criminal, BBC will come and say Simon Ekpa. All of you, the more you are calling me a terrorist, the way you are calling me a terrorist is the same thing you are calling yourself.
Absolutely.
You think when you be a terrorist, oh Jesus Christ. This BBC disinformation should have teach all of you a lesson.
You teach them a lesson if they want to learn.
You think when you come to social media because you hate me, because you are jealous of me, because you don't like me, you think when you call me criminal, you are going to pay for everything you say. You are going to pay. You carry my name and blackmail. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Simon Ekpa is this one. Simon Ekpa is that one. You see the way BBC is dealing with you people? If anything is going to happen anywhere, you are going to also be
dragged into it. Sure.
And it can't even defend
they already been dragged.
It's the body boss.
Mad people.
It's in Pataka.
It's both in Pataka.
Get yourself educated, you say no. Go to school, you say no. Simon Ekpa every day. Simon Ekpa every morning. Right? Biafra spirit never dies. From the roots to the sky. In the silence of the night, we still call your name. Through the storm and the struggle, we carry your flame. Though the walls may be high and the chains may be strong, your voice echoes louder every freedom song. Oh, we remember your courage, we remember your stand. For the people, for the future, for the promised land. Even when you're not here, your spirit still leads. In the hearts of the people, in our words and deeds. Oh, we no go tire, we no go fall. Through the fire, we stand tall. We know He will be free. Oh yeah, in our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know He will be free. One day, through the night, we go see better day. We miss your voice, your guiding light. But your spirit keeps the fire burning bright. From the streets to the villages, the message go round. Every voice, every soul in a freedom sound. No prison can silence what the truth has begun. Like the rising of the moon and the shining of the sun. Hey, they can try to hold you down, but they don't understand. This is bigger than a man, it's the cry of a lion. From the learners to the youth, everybody knows. Freedom is a seed and it's already grown. Oh, we go rise again. We don't go fail. Through the pain, your voice we hear. We know He will be free. Oh yeah. In our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know He will be free. One day, through the night, we go see better day. We miss your voice, your guiding light. But your spirit keeps the fire burning bright. Even in absence, you're never gone. In every prayer, in every song, your strength lives on, your fire remains. Breaking the silence, breaking the day. Sunshine, shine, freedom, freedom, we cry. Freedom, freedom, we rise. We know He will be free. Oh yeah. In our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Like on Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know He will be free. One day, through the night, we go see better days. We miss your presence. Hear the light. And together we go win this fight. He will be free. He will be free. Biafra spirit.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very morning program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to the program, wherever you are connected from. Wherever you are joining us on this program, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of the program. Please like and share the program to all platforms. Share to family and friends, share to your neighbors, share to everyone that is close to you so that they can be able to join us on today's program. It is very important. It is very important. Biafra is on trial in Finland. Biafra is on trial in Finland. The earlier you understand that, the better for you. There is no way you can claim to be his genuine Biafra and you are not aware that Biafra is on trial in Finland. I welcome everyone that have connected, wherever you are connecting from, whether you are joining us from Biafra land, you are joining us from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand. You are joining us from Iran, you're joining us from Israel, you're joining from Ukraine, you're joining from Russia. Wherever you are joining this program from, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of this program. As you join us on this very program, as we bring the updates, please like and share the program to all platforms. Share the program to family and friends. Share the program to your neighbors. Share the program to anyone that you feel needs to hear what is going on in Finland. As we speak, MAZI Simon Ekpan Joko is defending Biafra in Finland. Some of you think it is about him. The case that is ongoing is not about MAZI Simon Ekpan. It is about you. It is about me. So, as you join us on this platform, like and share the program. Make sure you invite others to join. Make sure you enjoy people. Invite those who need to hear us to join. And join us on this very program. It is very important. It does not matter how you feel or what you think. The truth must always be told. Remember, in this platform, as I have always said, this platform is to inform the world about Biafra. It is to encourage Biafran people. This platform does not belong to any particular group or section of persons. It belongs to the Biafran people at large. An extension to all those who care about humanity. This platform belongs to you. As long as you are a genuine human rights activist, you are welcome. In this platform, you are entitled to your opinion. You must not agree with everything I say. Likewise, myself, I have my opinion, and I must not agree with everything you say or think. My illustration here and my speech always based on reality. I have done so many programs that I have done and said that we will not dwell on speculations. We will not dwell on people's opinion. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, whether you agree with us or you don't agree. Whether you like MAZI Simon Ekpan or not, whether you like MAZI NNAMDI or not, whether you support Biafra or not, you are entitled to your opinion. The same way you are entitled to opinion, we are entitled to also believe what we want to believe and support what we support. So in this platform, it is a platform for humanity, for genuine talk. And whenever you are in this platform, please keep your groups. That's your group mentality. Keep it aside. Your regional mentality, keep it aside. Come here as a human being and present yourself humanity. Come as an independent mind to express yourself the way you want to. So as you join us in this platform, you are entitled to your opinion. You can express yourself the way you want. All you need to do is that if you have a superior argument, send me a request. I will bring you up. Once you request for a link, I will send you a link to come in and express yourself. If you want to make your contribution on the comment section, make your contribution on the comment section respectfully. Whatever view you have, put it down on the comment section. If I don't get it within the program, after the program, I go back and I read the comments. And if there are ones that I need to respond, I respond to them. Do not be a distraction on the comment section or insulting people or whatever. No. When somebody says something and you don't agree, you begin to insult. We don't tolerate that in this platform. We don't accept that. Because we ourselves, we do not insult people, regardless your opinion, your orientation, your group you belong, your religion, your race. That does not concern us. We are talking about humanity. And most importantly, in the case of our Prime Minister, MAZI, we're talking about fairness and the rule of law. Fairness and the rule of law. That is where we are focusing on this program. So wherever you are and you are joining this program, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama, like and share the program. That is one thing you need to do, because we are in a critical time where information is very important. Some of you do not know how sensitive the case of MAZI Simon Ekpa is. I have explained about this several times, but some people don't catch it. The case of MAZI Simon Ekpa is the most important thing that we have today. It is very sensitive and very important. And you have to understand that public opinion matters in this kind of a situation. Public views matters in this kind of situation. That is why we must be active on the media. We must be active on the media, more especially social media. Because the people we are up against, it is the social media they use to create a narrative that suits their agenda. It is in social media that they create a narrative that they use to indict our leaders. So we must be very active. How are we going to be active to face them? It is by sharing this information. As you join us now, you share. You never can tell. Maybe your own share is what someone will see, and then the person will now be responding. The whole world is paying attention to Finland as we speak. The international communities, international organizations, human rights organizations, they are paying attention to Finland. Some of you don't know the strength and the capacity of the case of MAZI Simon Ekpa. From yesterday being Monday, it has been an open court. And when we say open court, don't think that it's a court where you enter and you begin to use your camera. Cameras were not allowed to be used. Cameras were not allowed to be used in the court. And you know they speak in Finnish. So it is only those that have a translator or you have a translating machine that can be able to understand what is happening. But I bet you, as at yesterday, many BIAFRANS were able to be in the court and they were seated. Many BIAFRANS were in the court. And today, again, as we speak, BIAFRANS are in the court. And I commend every BIAFRAN that is still in Finland up to this time. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect all of you and prosper you. Every BIAFRAN that have sacrificed, those that came from the United States, from other countries of Europe, and so many other places that gathered in Finland, and they are still there up to this minute. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama reward every one of them. I do not care who they are or what intention are. Everyone that is still in Finland up to this minute, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect them. Just the same way Chukwu Okike protected those that went at the first time, they arrived and they went back home safely. The same way, every one of you that is still in Finland, you will be there. And when you are going back, you are going to go back in happiness and joy and will go back safely. And those of us who were not able to make it to Finland, continue to pray for them. Continue to pray for them. Pray for God's provision. Pray for elevation. Pray for promotion. Pray for protection for them wherever they are. It is important. Even if you cannot make it to Finland, there is something you can do. Your prayer can go a long ways. Whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are a Hindu, you are a traditionalist, you are a Jewish, pray for them. They deserve our prayers. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect them. So as I was saying, yesterday and today, BIAFRANS are in court. It is an open court, as was said. And the BIAFRANS are there, listening and hearing MAZI Simon Ekpa defending you, defending myself. MAZI Simon Ekpa is not in that court just for himself. I have said it time and time. Some of us think, some people are very ignorant. Just like when there was a time I was talking, I said that you cannot adequately defend MAZI NNAMDI and neglect MAZI Simon Ekpa. There is no way you can defend MAZI NNAMDI without defending MAZI Simon Ekpa. And the case of MAZI Simon Ekpa has everything to do with the case of MAZI NNAMDI. Whatever be the result, we have an effect on MAZI Nnamdi Kanu case. Take it or leave it. But somehow, some of us, out of ignorance, some of us maybe out of envy, jealousy, or mainly ignorance, out of ignorance, they think that they can be able to walk away from the responsibility on MAZI Simon Ekpa and focus on MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. These two people have distinguished themselves, and they are fighting for one cause. They are inseparable. They are inseparable. I have been saying it even before now, and yesterday in the court of Finland, from information we gathered, the same thing is playing out. The questions that MAZI Simon Ekpa is facing is not just about himself. MAZI Simon Ekpa is entertaining questions about the Biafran people, about our supreme leader, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, about his position in this agitation. Some of you do not know the level the case of MAZI Simon Ekpa is. This is a very critical time that will decide the fate of the Biafran people. In an international stage, MAZI Simon Ekpa is on international stage. This is not where you use local law and you say you obey this law and you leave this law. And from what we are seeing, I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama. So good, so far so good from what we are seeing. If the Finland authority will continue to pursue the rule of law, if they can continue to interrogate every single evidence and accusation, if they continue on that path, MAZI Simon Ekpa is not only going to come out as a freed man, MAZI Simon Ekpa is going to come out to hand over freedom to MAZI Nnamdi Kanu and to you and I, the Biafran people. More especially those of us who are living in diaspora. Those of us living in the case of MAZI Simon Ekpa has a lot to do with those of us living in diaspora. If we must survive in diaspora, if we must be able to give our voice and say our opinion, if we must be able to make our own contribution, we must pray for the success of MAZI Simon Ekpa in this case. Our Prime Minister, MAZI Simon Ekpa Njoko, as we speak, is defending not himself, he is defending the Biafran cause. You see, that is why, I tell people, everything you do in this struggle, it is not just to come and join us and say, oh, hey, Biafra, oh, hey, Biafra, oh, Biafra is this and that. No. You must look deeply and understand what, more especially those of us who are broadcasting. Those of us who are broadcasting, make inquiries, speak about things you can defend, verify before you speak. This is the pride I have today in MAZI Simon Ekpa. MAZI Simon Ekpa did not just come into this struggle and begin to talk because he is popular. He didn't come into this struggle to begin to talk because he wants to be popular or because he wants position. He didn't just come into this struggle to talk because he wants people to follow him. No. MAZI Simon Ekpa did his homework appropriately. He did his homework, and before he stepped into this struggle, he followed the due diligence. He informed the Finland authorities. Every single step he took up to this level, there's no one he did in secret. It was process by process. And by the way, remember, the person we are talking about, our Prime Minister, is a lawyer. Don't ever forget that. And this is a man that read international law. He read international law. So that is one of the joy I have, that this case is on international stage. And it is not just about, it's not in Africa. Not just being in Africa. It is not just about Finland at this time. It is on international stage. And one interesting thing you can see is that Nigerian government is they're on their toe. They have run away. They were supposed to be in court. This is a case that was planned how many days? Remember, they are the one that accused MAZI Simon Ekpa of being a terrorist, of terrorizing the Southeast. Yesterday, I played a video from the summit in the Southeast region. The very first summit, the very first security summit about the Southeast. I played a video yesterday, and you saw what someone said there. Someone in that very program, in that very summit that was organized by Nigerian government in Biafra land, a general, a retired general came out and said, explain the source and the reason for the insecurity in Biafra land. He didn't miss word. He said the insecurity started from 1970, after the Civil War. Whatever is happening today is planted from 1970 after the Civil War. From invasion of their land to economic sabotage of taking away all our finance and giving 20 to make us impoverished, to the continuous massacre and continuity. And the man made it clear that from 2015 till date, more than 5,000 youths, 5,000 Southeast youths, Igbo youths have been murdered in Nigeria. And you tell me that Biafra is not at war. More than 5,000 youths have been, I didn't say it. MAZI NNAMDI was not the one that gives it. It's not MAZI NNAMDI, even though we have been shouting and saying about it. But recently, just a week ago, almost a week ago, somebody in Nigeria, in Southeastern Summit, that I played the video yesterday, I might not be able to play it today, that man, a general, he has more information that you and I have, came out and said more than 5,000 Igbo youths have been murdered in cold blood since 2015 up to date. He didn't say that more than 5,000 terrorists were murdered. He didn't say that more than 5,000 kidnappers were murdered. He didn't say that more than 5,000 criminals were murdered. He said 5,000 Igbo youths. What crime did they commit? They were asking for self-determination. And tell me, who in his right mind will watch his brothers and sisters murdered at that level, more than 5,000 dead, and you still fold your hand and be watching? While these deaths are going on, there is no politician in Biafra land that is standing in for them or speak. There is no governor, no lawmaker in Nigeria was standing out to speak about this massacre. The only people that have been voicing out about this death is the supreme leader, MAZI NNAMDI and MAZI Simon Ekpa. And it is because of this death and thousands and thousands and thousands, almost millions, that are in detention, various detentions scattered in Nigeria, which that man also mentioned. And in that summit, he was telling them that this is the source of insecurity, that these people must be released and this issue must be looked into. But these people today in Finland, Nigerian government told Finland that MAZI Simon Ekpa is the one that orchestrated the insecurity in Nigeria. But in Nigeria, in the Southeast Security Summit, MAZI Simon Ekpa name was not mentioned. When MAZI NNAMDI name was mentioned, one demand was asking for his release, that they should go and make sure he's released. What does that show you? And I played that video yesterday. I told you that that video is more than enough to vindicate MAZI Simon Ekpa from the accusation in Finland. And to the surprise of the whole world, Nigeria that accused MAZI Simon Ekpa, they are not in court. They are not in court. They did not send a delegate. The same people that were able to send KANU, the same Nigeria that sent KANU and the Interior Minister of Nigeria to go and brand Finland to extradite MAZI Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. KANU and the Interior Minister were in Finland to plan the extradition of MAZI Simon Ekpa from Finland. But Chukwu Okeke Abiama revealed it and it was impossible. They did everything. And now the case has come to court. That same people cannot be able to go and defend the accusation against our Prime Minister. They don't have the balls to face the Prime Minister. They do not have the balls to stand before the court and defend the accusation. It is a shame. It is a shame. And we are waiting to see what the decision of the court is going to be. Yesterday, questions were asked, and MAZI Simon Ekpa was breaking everything into pieces. Like some of us, our brothers in the IPOB and different groups, Biafra is one. Our leaders are fighting for one cause. I don't know how to explain it for people to understand. What Mazi Simon Ekpa was facing in the court, the questions that were asked to him is not about him. It is about you. It is about me. It is about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So sometimes when I come here, I tell you that the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa has everything to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The result has effect on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You think it's a joke. That means you don't know what you are doing. It is that you are ignorance or you are just being stupid. You are just being stupid. Today, I can bet you that what Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing today is representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on international court. That is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing today. Representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on international court because he has to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu action. He had to defend every single thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did because he was a disciple. He addressed himself as a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the court has all these videos where he eulogized Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and addressed himself as a disciple. They were all out. His activities that has to link to the IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not talking about the SAC DOS. Those ones are gone. They are irrelevant and gone. They are irrelevant and gone. But Mazi Simon Ekpa today is defending the supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Finland. Defending every single action. I can bet you that Mazi Simon Ekpa is on a critical place defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case is in the United States. And the lawmaker is speaking out for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the United States. The same thing in Europe today. In Europe, Mazi Simon Ekpa is standing out in court to defend, not himself, to defend Biafra cause. To defend the self-determination of Biafran people. To defend your action, my action, and the actions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But somehow, many of us are still playing ignorant. Somehow, many of us are underestimating the level. That is why, if you are a Biafran at this stage and you are not awake, opening your eyes, pray as much as you can. Pray if you can pray. Whatever you know you can do, do it because whatever be the outcome of the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, we have effect on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Take it to the bank. Whatever happens in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, we have effect on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I understand the separation that some people are trying to do. Personally, I see those separation. I don't have anything bad. I don't have anything bad against anybody. I do not have anything bad. I don't have any bad mind against anybody or anything, any direction anybody want to do, either to protect. So long it is to protect our leaders. So long is to protect the case. We know that the Zoological Republic is a doomed nation, a lawless nation. A lawless nation. And then we are doing everything humanly possible to drag the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa into a lawless place. You can imagine if Mazi Simon Ekpa were to be in Nigeria, they will not give him any listening ear. If Mazi Simon Ekpa was to be in Nigeria, nobody will give him any listening ear because they have already judged him on the social media. They have already condemned him on social media, just like what they did to Dizani. You saw Dizani. Dizani, you see what Nigerian government did to Dizani. They used their media to condemn Dizani and condemn her as a fraudster. Today, a child that is not aware, if you're not aware of it, you would think that Dizani is the only fraudster, is a fraudster. You would think that she's a criminal. That is what Nigeria did to Dizani. They used their media to condemn her as the only corrupt politician who has stolen billions into her. Meanwhile, that is not true. That same Dizani they condemn. In the UK, Dizani was set free of all corruption charges. Dizani, Ellison Dizani, former petroleum minister, was set free of all corruption charges. Because that is where the rule of law works. You don't just accuse somebody, you have to bring a proof, evidence. You don't just condemn somebody because of an opinion. You don't just sentence people because of social media ranting. No. You can imagine what would have happened to Dizani. If Dizani were to be in Nigeria, she would be rotting in jail today. She wouldn't even have any more to speak. Just like you see Emefiele. You see what Emefiele is facing. And all these people I'm mentioning are the people from Biafra land. You see what Emefiele is facing. Emefiele today cannot even have a representation. But the people who push him, who ate the money with him, the people who told him to sign, the people who he was signing out billions to, they are all walking free. In that Nigeria, we know people from the northern part of Nigeria that have stolen trillions. We know people in the northern part, the family of Abakere, the money they stole, if they bring out the money the family of Abakere stole, you will share it to Nigerians in millions and they will have reserve. You will share it to every single, among the 200 million Biafrans, you will share it to them and they will get millions and they will still be remaining. But nobody is even mentioning any family of Abakere. Nobody is even calling them any. Nobody is even dragging to court. Nobody is mentioning it. But once it has to do with somebody from the southeast, somebody from the old southeastern region, they will come in the media, they will condemn you, they will skin you alive, they will paint you evil that you can't even have you won't even have the strength to defend yourself. I just gave you example of Dizani. To an ordinary Nigerian, Dizani is a fraudster. To an ordinary Nigerian, if you tell them to give an example of a corrupt politician, they will mention Dizani. But in UK, a UK court have freed her and found her innocent of all charges of fraud. She was set free. Now you have to do that in Finland. If he had been in Nigeria, do you think that the court will even give him a listening ear? They will not give him a listening ear. They will not give him a listening ear with all the false accusations. They have already built their back, and that's what they do. They use their media. Nigeria, they use their media to build a narrative around you. When they build those narratives, then the world, people who don't understand, who are not aware, we capitalize on that. Remember what they did in his first case. The first case of MAZI Simon Ekpa, while he's in court, they were not knowing what will happen. What happened? They came and told us that MAZI Simon Ekpa denied of being a Biafra agitator. That MAZI Simon told them that he's a content creator. This is something that never existed. They went and concocted this issue, wrote it on Twitter, and all the media in Nigeria took it and make a headline. Ask them, were you in the court? Who told you that MAZI Simon Ekpa said he was a content creator? They will tell you they saw it on X. You saw it on X and you made it a headline. The same way, every one of them came and said, MAZI Simon Ekpa is the one responsible for the insecurity in Biafra land. MAZI Simon Ekpa is the one killing people. MAZI Simon Ekpa is the child of the unknown government. Even when these are lies, we have evidence showing the criminals who claim to be ESN and they are not. And these criminals mentioned the people they were working for. They were televised by all the major media in Nigeria. They were caught and they confessed. On national TV, none of them mentioned MAZI Simon Ekpa. There is no video existing anywhere where somebody came and testified and said Simon Ekpa sent him to go and commit a crime. There is no video existing anywhere where somebody came out and said, it is Simon Ekpa that sent me to go and do this or that. Such video is not existing anywhere on the planet Earth. But we have a video of confession of people who went and murdered a traditional ruler, and they mentioned the name of the person that sent them. But somehow, that same person today is the one that Nigerian government is promoting and working with. The governors are working with him. The person is the one they used to do to attack NNAMDI KANU, and they are creating another IPOB. The same person now is the one who handed over the original ESN to the governors. And the same person is the one, is among the person today who is providing evidence against MAZI Simon Ekpa. The same person who was involved, the same group of people who were involved, who somebody confessed on national TV that they sent them to go and kill a traditional. They are the ones now bringing evidence against Mazi Simon. Are you talking about Malami? Malami that break international law, went to Kenya and kidnapped Mazi Nandikami. Today, that Malami is part of those who are presenting evidence against Mazi Simon. And you see the evidence against Mazi Simon, asking Mazi Simon about his relationship with Mazi Nandikami, his affiliation with Mazi Nandikami. Mazi Nandikami, who was only asking for the freedom of people, who they went to Kenya, kidnapped him, and he won his case in the Kenya court. Even Nigerian court itself freed Mazi Nandikami. Three judges unanimously freed him. And the government refused. Brought him back to start the case afresh. And then they went and convicted him with non-existing law. Is Finland now going to base? Are they now going to accept a law? Are they now going to accept an international? Is international going to accept judging somebody based on a repeat law? When you refuse the eviction, the acquittance he got in the lower court, 3 judges acquitted Mazi Nandikami. They acquitted Mazi Nandikami, and Nigeria government refused to leave them. Does it mean that these judges didn't know what they were doing? These judges were not Biafran judges. They were not Mazi Nandikami. They were judges working for Nigeria under Nigerian government, and they freed Mazi Nandikami. And today, the same thing is what Mazi Simon Ekpa today is defending in Finland. Every single tweet he has made, broadcasts he has made on several occasions, he has defended. And that is why it is good to know about freedom before you begin to fight for freedom. I trust my Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. He has done a program on Montevideo Convention. He has done massive program on Montevideo Convention where you can be able to know your right when you want to fight for your freedom. How a country will get their freedom. It is based on international law. In Montevideo Convention, it was made clear how a country can be able to gain their freedom, how they can fight for their freedom when they are under occupation. Mazi Simon read it through. And this man we're talking about knows very much about international law. In Montevideo Convention, it permits a government in exile to have an army. It permits a government in exile to have a territory. It permits the government in exile to defend their territory. So every single thing he has done and preached was based on international law. And today, I thank God that he's not facing Nigerian law. He's not facing a law somewhere. He's facing a law on international days, on appeal, where the whole world is paying attention to see what the outcome is going to be. I can bet you that in this case, Finland is under trial. It is not just Mazi Simon. Finland is under trial. Because every one of us have known for a long time, Finland has been seen as a very reputable country. Many people have spoken good about Finland. Many people have a good record of Finland. Their human rights standard is number 1. Their rule of law is top notch. But anything that comes in contact with Nigeria becomes different. You know that, I know that. Anything that comes in contact with Nigeria, you are gone. You are gone. You will never be the same. If you venture into any contract or deal with Nigeria, you will never be the same. But Finland has the opportunity now to redeem themselves. I say it and I continue to say it. They have the opportunity to redeem themselves if they choose to. If they do not want to redeem themselves, it's up to them. It's still up to them. But we will continue to speak. So from everything we're saying, from everything we are seeing, the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa has entered into a very debatable stage. And Mazi Simon Ekpa is trashing the whole, the debate is heated. The defense team are doing the needful. With the presence of Mazi Simon Ekpa there, remember, he's a lawyer. And he speaks Finnish fluently. So it's not as if maybe he will say something and you say you don't understand. It's not as if something will be said and you say you don't understand. And there are international observers that are there in that court. International observers from different parts of the world, they are there. And most importantly, I appreciate every Biafran that is still there, making MAZI Simon able to feed their presence, because the presence of the Biafran people that he defended matters a lot. When he looks back, he will see Biafrans in the court. He will never back down. I appreciate everyone that is showing up. I appreciate everyone that's out there. If you don't know before, know it now that Biafra is under trial. It is not MAZI Simon that is under trial. The questions that are being thrown to him is about self-determination. It's about Biafra self-determination. In that Finland court, he is defending MAZI NNAMDI KANU. And he has to defend MAZI NNAMDI KANU. For him to make his case, he has to defend MAZI NNAMDI KANU. He has to defend me, defend you. You don't know the job he's facing. You see MAZI Simon, a young man, all of a sudden having a white hair. You don't know what that means. You don't know the burden on his shoulder. But I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will give him the strength to carry this weight. And at the end of the day, victory will definitely be ours. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, we shall have victory. It does not matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter how they say it. We will never back down. Wherever you are as a Biafran, continue to pray and be focused. Don't carry false information. As it stands today, information that are coming from the court are very sketchy. They are very sketchy. People are in the court, but they are not allowed to use their cameras. They are not allowed to use cameras. So people are in the court to witness, and you know, they speak in Finnish mostly. So information are sketchy. You don't have to hear everything. And there are some information also that when we get it, we cannot say it online so that it will not jeopardize the case. We will only tell you a general information that all is well and we are marching on. Because this is the case that, and the case, the way they are talking, the way they are saying, the way the case is going, they say it might extend. It might extend after 21st of this month. You know, before the arraignment was from 5th to 21st. But from all indication, there is a signal that the case is going to extend more. The case is going to extend more. It may be up to 28th. It's not going to stop at 25th, maybe on 28th or more. So that's to show you that this is not a joke. A lot of things are coming to play. And every single evidence has to be scrutinized. And that is why it will take longer time. Information is already coming that the case might not end on the 21st as we thought. It might not end on the 21st as we thought. It will extend. But I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to give our brothers and sisters in Finland the strength to continue to follow up until whenever it ends. We cannot give up. It is not easy for one to live wherever it is. And I know some of us have the job we are doing. Our job might not permit us to be so long. Some of us will have a free hand. Some of us do not budget for longer time to stay. Some of us took a leave, but they did not know the leave is going to extend. So whichever your strength carries you, Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless you. All you need to do is to, wherever your strength carries you, you hold yourself and continue to support in your own way. We will never back down. We will never back down. So wherever you're watching this program, every one of us have to focus on what is happening in Finland. This is our case. It is not just about MAZI Simon Ekpa. Whether you like it, believe it. If you don't like it, believe it. MAZI Simon Ekpa appeal in Finland. The latest development, Biafra self-determination, justice, and the need to stay focused. That is what we are discussing. We must continue to pay attention. We must continue to come together once again to discuss very important and sensitive subjects. That is what we are doing, as we have always done. Today, We are coming together once again to discuss a very important and sensitive subject. The latest development surrounding MAZI Simon Ekpa appeal case in Finland. The continuing debates around Biafra self-determination. The concerns surrounding treatment of Biafra-related detainees. And most importantly, the Biafrans must remain focused. Continue demanding justice and fairness through peaceful and lawful means. We must continue to demand for fair hearing, for justice and equity through lawful means. This is not just another ordinary live stream. As you know, whenever I come here to encourage Biafrans and put the word the way it is. I don't come here to over-exaggerate or to add something to make you happy or make you angry, or to make you happy or to make you angry. No. I put things the way here, focusing on the reality on the ground. There are developments coming from Finland that deserve attention. There are questions being asked. There are legal arguments being presented. And there are millions of people watching to understand what these proceedings could mean for MAZI Simon Ekpa, for the wider Biafra movement, and for continuing discussion about self-determination. Whatever the result is in the court, it will affect you, it will affect me. It will determine whether those of us in diaspora, whether we still continue in agitation or will not continue. So today, we are going to slow things down. We are going to examine the issues carefully. We are going to talk about what is known, what remains uncertain, and what Biafra should be paying attention to. And I want everybody watching to participate respectfully. Wherever you are watching, participate in the comment section respectfully. If you are joining us for the very first time, please subscribe to the platform, Chook Survivor. Subscribe to the platform, turn on the notification, so that whenever we come, you can join us, like the screen, share it, and let other people get it. Share it to others who may be interested in the discussion, so that they can come and give us their own opinion. If they have a superior argument, they can present it. We are all learning. It will help us also to go forward and deal with what we have to deal with. And as always, justice must be about facts. Justice must be about facts, about fairness and the rule of law. That is where we stand. Justice must be about facts, about fairness, about the rule of law. My brothers and sisters, the appeal proceeding involving MAZI Simon Ekpa have attracted significant attention, because this is not simply a legal matter being watched by one individual. It is not just a legal matter that is being watched by one individual. It has become part of much larger conversation involving politics, security, human rights, freedom of expression, alleged criminal conduct, and the question of Biafra self-determination. That is what all this is about. For those who have been following our previous broadcast, you already understand why this case has generated so much interest among Biafrans around the world. People want to know what is happening inside the courtroom. I know. Many of you that are here, you want to know what is happening in the courtroom. What arguments are being made? What evidence is being examined? What position is the prosecution taking? What is the defense arguing? And ultimately, what decision will be finished court reach? These are legitimate questions that every one of you seated here watching this program is asking. But there is something extremely important that we must understand as you are watching this program. There is something you must understand. A court proceeding is the same thing. It's not the same thing as social media speculation. Always have it in back of mind. Anytime we come here to present issues about MAZI Simon Ekpa, always remember that a court proceeding is not the same thing as social media speculation. People can speculate. You go, you see different titles to attract people. They are there. The speculation has started already. A court is expected to examine evidence, which is what is going on now. Arguments, an applicable law. That is what is going on. Therefore, as activists, commentators, and members of the public, we must be careful not to turn every rumor into a fact. We must be careful so that we don't turn every rumor into fact. You know, rumors are already coming. Many of us are in social media. When you live here, you go, you'll be seeing different types. Already, you see different titles popping up on your phones. If something has been officially confirmed, we should say it has been confirmed. If something is an allegation, we should describe it as an allegation. And if something remains unknown, we should simply say we do not know yet. Just like I present my issue here, I only give you clue of things that are expected, things that are happening, the like spotting. You can't get the actual details. You can't get all the details. Speculations that are coming from people who are in the court. That is what we have. But those are speculations. We don't have the fact yet until when the court presents their facts. That is what responsible advocacy looks like, and that's what we are doing. MAZI Simon Ekpa appeal matters so much to Biafra. I don't know how to explain it for you to understand. It matters so much to Biafran people. It matters to, more especially to those who are in detention, both home and abroad. It matters so much. For many supporters of Biafra cause, MAZI Simon Ekpa has become one of the prominent voices associated with contemporary self-determination movements. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you like him, whether you hate him. MAZI Simon Ekpa has become a prominent voice in this agitation. You can't change it. You can't wish it away. Your anger, your hatred cannot change it. Therefore, whatever happens in this appeal is being watched closely. We must watch it closely. Everything that happens in this appeal, we must be watching it closely. That is why the BIAFRANS are glued to their phone, to their television, to their news centers. But we must separate two things. We must separate two things. There is individual legal case involving MAZI Simon Ekpa, and there is much broader political question of Biafra self-determination. Do you understand? There is individual case involving MAZI Simon Ekpa, and there is a much broader political question of self-determination in the case of MAZI Simon Ekpa. So that is why this case is going to be extended. It's going to even cross up to, it's going to be after, it's not going to start on 21st. It will go higher. Because MAZI Simon will have to defend himself, defend Biafran self-determination, defend MAZI and the KANU. It is not as simple as you think. And that is why our prayers, our support is needed from all angles, online and offline. You must be doing something. Those two questions can be discussed together, but they are not exactly the same legal issue. MAZI and the KANU, MAZI Simon Ekpa, and self-determination. The two questions can be discussed together, but they are not exactly the same legal issue. The outcome of one court case does not automatically determine the political future of an entire people. Did you understand? The outcome of one court case does not automatically determine the political future of an entire people. We must pay close attention. At the same time, the way a court handles a case can influence public perceptions about justice, fairness, and treatment of political activists. You and I know that MAZI Simon Ekpa is a political activist. Hate him, love him, that's what he is. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is a political activist. The way a court handles a case can influence public perception about justice, fairness, and the treatment of political activists. Every one of us know the way MAZI Simon Ekpa was handled. If, in fact, we didn't know. It is now that we know how the lower court was decided. that made it to begin myself. In the lower court, where my sister America was sentenced to 6 years, he was not given the opportunity to debate his case. He was not given opportunity to engage in his case at all. No single opportunity. They didn't hear from him. Every evidence he presented, they could not be able to look at it. They didn't allow him to defend himself. That is where we are. This one we are shouting and talking about fair hearing, because the earlier court that gave him 6 years were not fair. They were not fair in any way. They were not fair. And I thank you that today, things are done differently. Things are done differently. And by the end of this court, there is nothing, by the special grace of God, nothing we hold Mazi Simon Ekpa not to join us. The outcome of one court does not automatically determine the political future of an entire people. At the same time, the way a court handles a case can influence public perception about justice, fairness, and the treatment of political activists. You and I know that our prime minister was not treated well in the earlier court. But Finland has the opportunity to redeem itself, because we know that Finland, to an extent, is a very lawful country with a good reputation. If they allow Nigeria to damage their reputation, so be it. You and I know that everything that comes across to Nigeria becomes evil. Everything that entangles himself with Nigeria becomes useless. That is why this case matters. It is about legal process. It is about evidence. It is about due process. And it is also about how international community understand the broader issue surrounding the Biafran question. So this very case of Mazi Simon Ekpa it has everything to do. I can bet you that it is even the most important thing that every Biafran should be focused on this time around. Yes, Mazi NNAMDI is detained in a lawless country like Nigeria, and there is limits to what he can do. There's a limit. You can see that Mazi NNAMDI, even though he's innocent, even though the court proves him innocent, yet the same court came back and gave him a life sentence. So the only thing that can be a game changer that will drag the international community fully into the Biafran case is the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. The case of Mazi Simon Ekpa have the capacity to drag the international community, whether they like it or not, into the Biafran question. And it is going to happen. Just watch and see. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. The bigger question that we are seeing today is self-determination. What exactly is Biafran self-determination? What exactly is Biafran self-determination that people don't want to hear? They don't want to hear you with their ear. That when you talk about it, they want to take your life. Why? When you talk about Biafran self-determination, they want to jail you. Why? For many Biafrans, this is a fundamentally and a political and historical question. We believe that Biafra of the former Eastern region and surrounding area have a legitimate right to discuss their political future. It is our right. Self-determination is our right. It is not a privilege. It is our right. Why is it that when we speak about it, people see it as a crime? People call us terrorists because we demand self-determination. Why? What exactly is that thing they see that they don't want us to be free? Why? Some advocate for an independent Biafra, and that is what we are advocating for. We are advocating for independent Biafra. Even there are some Biafrans who are talking about restructuring. Nobody cares. People like me, I am advocating for a total independence of Biafra. But there are still some Biafrans that are asking for restructuring. There are some that advocate for a referendum. I also support a referendum. Mazi NNAMDI support referendum. Mazi Simon Ekpa support referendum. He even went ahead to conduct a self-referendum. Mazi Simon Ekpa went extra mile to conduct a self-referendum to give legitimacy to the cause of Biafra. And the result was amazing. Over 60 million voted for Biafra. Over 60 million. There are still some other people that have different political solutions to themselves. But in all these solutions, is Nigeria ready to attend to any? No. They don't want to listen to them. Instead, they are busy dancing and frolicking with the terrorists. But regardless of where somebody stands, one principle should remain important, regardless where you stand. People should be able to discuss political questions without automatically turning. Dear friends, we have never been violent before. Never. It was Nigeria that brought violence into Biafra land. They introduced violence directly and indirectly, just like the man said in that very Southeast Security Summit. The video of that man is enough to respond to whatever anybody have to say about the Biafra today, Biafra land today. If people are demanding self-determination, then the world should be able to hear that demand. The world should be able to hear our demand for self-determination, and this is the time. MAZI Simon is on international stage, and it is time that we don't need to beg. We don't need to beg. Today, the stage has matured for Biafra to be defended, and MAZI Simon is doing just that. If people are demanding self-determination, then the world should be able to hear that demand. If government oppose the demand, they should be able to explain their position. But look at, in Finland today, MAZI Simon is defending self-determination, but Nigerian government is not there to explain their position. Did you see that? MAZI Simon is in Finland today defending Biafra self-determination, but the Nigerian Zoological Republic that refuse to agree, they are not there to go and explain their own position or give their own reason. Because if government oppose the demand of self-determination, they should be able to explain their position. Why are they not in Finland to explain their position? Why is Nigerian government not in Finland? The same people that sent KANU, an interior minister, to go and plan a kidnap, of MAZI Simon, and they failed. Now it comes to the court to go and defend it. Go to the court now and defend your accusation. They did not. And if there are disputes concerning alleged criminal conduct, those disputes should be handled through transparent legal process. Transparent legal process. Is that not what we are asking for? And that's what we are believing by the grace of Chukwuka and Finland will administer. And that is why we don't care how long it's going to take. Every evidence must be scrutinized. Every information must be looked at. None should be ignored. This is where the principle of peaceful advocacy becomes extremely important. Because when we talk about self-determination, we are talking about the political future of community and generation. We are talking about our generation unborn. It is not just about even when these things, when the fruit of this our labor will come, maybe I will not be alive. You might not even be there. But the most important thing that we will remember, our children will live in a better place. Unlike where we are today. We are seeking for a better future. We might not be there when that time comes. But it is high time. It is high time that we are free. We have been in this captivity for a very long time. When we talk about self-determination, we are talking about political future of community and generations. That requires seriousness. It requires discipline. It requires organization. And above all, it requires commitment to peaceful political engagement. That is why when I see what some of us are doing online, I feel sad. We have a very big mountain to climb. Why are you wasting your energy where you don't have to? Why are we wasting our energy? Why are we wasting energy? Nigerian government is the big mountain that we need to climb and make sure we trash it to the level that we'll be allowed to go. Another major issue being discussed by BIAFRANS. Position of Nigerian government, the position of Nigerian government in our self-determination. They are the reason MAZI NNAMDI is facing a life sentence in Nigeria. They are the reason MAZI Simon Ekpa is facing the court today defending Biafra in Finland. Many Biafran activists like myself believe that successive governments have consistently opposed the Biafran self-determination movement. Every government that comes in Nigeria, their first attack is against the Biafra agitators. What crime have we committed? Nothing. Nigerian state has historically treated the Biafran question primarily as a security problem rather than as a political question requiring dialogue. Nigeria never want to dialogue with the Biafran people, but look at them dialoguing with terrorists in the north. Even though our request is a political request that people have to sit on the round table and discuss, but they prefer to come with guns and bullets. That is why more than 5,000 Igbos have been killed. Young men, more than 5,000 since 2015 till date. Simply because they are asking for security, for self-determination. Nigerian government, instead of answering the question, they treat it as a security problem rather than as a political question requiring dialogue. For how many years MAZI NNAMDI have been speaking? Have they ever had a dialogue with him? No. But they dialogue with terrorists, reintegrate terrorists, pay terrorists, put terrorists on salary, and send them to Holy Land to go and pray. But those who are genuinely asking for their freedom, innocently, without arms, they put them in life sentence. They threaten to take their life, and they murder many of them. Every time they continue to lie, we ask them questions, they continue to lie. They repeatedly maintain that Nigerian territorial integrity and national security must be protected. What do you mean by territorial integrity? When it comes to Biafra, they will tell you Nigerian territorial integrity must be protected. But the same people that are talking about protecting their territorial integrity are there. Terrorists are in charge of that same Nigeria. Terrorists are administering affairs in some part of Nigeria. Terrorists kidnap people there and take ransom. And they will still come and tell you that these terrorists are even foreigners. And they can't stop them. But when they come to Biafra land, they will carry all their jet and armor tank and take innocent life. Can a government protect national security while still allowing peaceful political disagreement? Can citizens advocate for self-determination without being treated as criminals simply because they support a different political future? That is the question we are asking the world. That is the question MAZI Simon Ekpa is asking in the court today. According to international law, can citizens advocate for self-determination without being treated as criminals simply because they support a different political future? That is the question we are asking to Finland court. According to international law, let them answer this question. And let's see why they will continue to hold MAZI Simon Ekpa. At what point does political activism become criminal conduct? At what point does political activism become criminal conduct? How do you refer to a political activist as a criminal, as a terrorist? At what point does political activism become criminal conduct? And when allegations of criminal conduct are made, what standard of evidence should be required? What standard of evidence has Nigeria provided to warrant them Finland authorities to call Mazi Simon Ekpa a criminal or to condemn him? What standard of evidence do they have? Evidence produced by a terrorist in Nigeria, by a terrorist country, by a man that has been indicted in terrorism. A man that is today facing the courts in Nigeria as a terrorism, property seized for fraud. What standard of evidence do they have against Mazi Simon Ekpa? You are using evidence that was produced by terrorists themselves to convict an innocent man simply because he's a Biafran. These are serious questions and they deserve serious answer. And as we speak, Mazi Simon Ekpa is asking the same question in court, I bet you. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is asking the same question in the court. And we need answers. And I believe we will get answers. We are asking for justice for all our detained leaders, Mazi NNAMDI KANU and also Mazi Simon Ekpa. We are asking for justice for them. The question of detained Biafran leaders, Mazi NNAMDI KANU, come into this conversation. His legal situation has attracted considerable attention in Nigeria and internationally. And now the proceedings involve Simon Ekpa in Finland have created another major point of attention. And what we, the BIAFRANS, are asking is simple: justice. We are only demanding for justice. That is all we ask for. Justice. And when we say justice, we must understand what the word means. Justice does not mean automatically declaring someone innocent. Justice does not mean automatically declaring someone guilty. Justice means the legal process should be fair, should be free and fair. That is what we are asking, and nothing more. The accused should have opportunity to defend themselves. Evidence should be examined. The law should be applied properly. And the final decision should be based on the facts and the law rather than public pressure. Because we know there is a lot of public pressure. In the case of Mazi NNAMDI KANU, in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, political pressure mainly. That principle must apply regardless of whether we support or oppose the person involved. That is the standard we should demand. And that is the standard we are demanding. Every one of us as Biafrans. And we will continue to demand. We must remain focused. Every one of us as Biafrans, we must remain focused. Don't get distracted. Do not allow social media argument to destroy the bigger objectives. You go to many platforms, they are busy engaging in saga, engaging in unnecessary arguments, engaging in propaganda and blackmails of different kinds. Do not allow social media argument to destroy the bigger objective. Do not allow personal disagreements to become more important than the issue we are discussing. Do not allow people to divide you into endless camps. They are already dividing us. Many of us today, you can see what transpired in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa among some of us who went to Finland. Instead of going in unity, the division is still creeping in. The enemies are still planting that division to make us lose focus on what we are supposed to do. Do not allow people to divide you. We must not allow people to divide us into endless camp. And most importantly, we must not allow frustration to push us into action that can harm innocent people or damage the credibility of the cause we claim to support. Very important. Very important. A political movement requires discipline. A political movement requires patience. A political movement requires strategy. A political movement requires people who can disagree without becoming enemies. I have said this almost in all my program, and I will continue to say it. We can disagree without becoming enemies. We can disagree without becoming enemies. Very important. We can disagree without becoming enemies. If you believe in Biafra self-determination, then learn the history. There are so many of us today, even though they come, they talk, they shout, they don't know the history. They don't know where we are standing. They don't know where we are coming from. They do not know. They do not understand. So many of us do not understand. If you believe in Biafra self-determination, then learn the history so that when you are talking about, you can defend it proudly without any distraction. Understand international law. You see, that is one thing, that is one reason I love MAZI Simon Ekpa and I trust him so much. Because MAZI Simon Ekpa did not only understand international, he read international law as a course. He read international law. That is why I'm not afraid whatever happens. In as much as we know that there are global conspiracy, there are economic conspiracy, global conspiracy, and some political pressures coming from right, left, and center. Apart from that, MAZI Simon Ekpa, he was not acting ignorantly. No. Understand Nigerian constitutional law also. Understand Nigerian constitutional law. So that when we are following up with them, we follow them with their own law. Just like you see MAZI NNAMDI lecturing them in their own law in their court. Because Nigeria is a lawless country. They don't obey even their own law. Understand diplomacy. Understand political communication. Understand human rights. These are the knowledge you need to have in you so that you can effectively be a Biafran activist. When you are speaking about Biafran self-determination, you will stand firm. Understand how referendum and self-determination movement have been handled in other parts of the world. All these are what MAZI Simon Ekpa passed through, and he lectured us on how it was done. MAZI NNAMDI lectured us on how it's done. And MAZI Simon Ekpa followed suit and did it according to international law. Because shouting alone will not solve a political problem. Shouting alone will not solve a political problem. That was why MAZI Simon Ekpa came, and he came with action. Even when MAZI NNAMDI went to the United Nations to report, they told him, go and start doing something. Talking alone is not enough. That was why MAZI NNAMDI came back and began to restructure, re-strategize. A heavyweight in the United Nations advised MAZI NNAMDI, go and begin to do something. If you complain from today to tomorrow, even MAZI NNAMDI said it, that the more we complain, write petitions, there is no organization where we don't have our letters. No organization in the world where Biafra don't have their letters there. And the more we write, the more they kill us. The more we write, the more they enslave us. So it doesn't need only talk, actions. We need knowledge. We need organization. We need discipline. We need peaceful advocacy. And we need international engagement. And I bet you the international engagement have already started by fire, by force. We must not lose sight on this Finland appeal. We must not lose sight on it. There is a tendency during high-profile case proceeding for people to immediately celebrate panic, immediately celebrate or panic whenever they hear a particular development. We must be careful. Don't panic. Don't celebrate. Just wait patiently until the results comes out. Because there is a tendency during high-profile court proceedings for people to immediately celebrate or panic whenever they hear a particular development. But we must be careful. We must be careful. One moment somebody says the case is over. The next moment somebody says everything has changed. We must be careful of the information they are giving us. And then another person publishes information that turns out to be completely unverified. We must avoid that. This is a high-profile case. This is a high-profile case. And you really see content creators are doing so many things because they want to drag traffic with it. Content creators are already doing so many things to drag traffic. You must be careful what you hear, what you listen to. We must avoid all this. A legal case can be complicated. Appeal can involve detailed legal arguments. And that is what is going on in the case of MAZI. Detailed legal argument. That is why they say the case is going to extend more than 21st of this month. It is going to extend more than 21st because of the legal arguments. And you know, this is an argument, this is something that has to do with international law. MAZI is a lawyer in Finland. He read international law, and there is no way they can beat him to it. So every single thing that needs to be touched will be touched. The case will be scrutinized from head to toe. So we need patience to follow up. We need patience to follow up. Court may take time to consider evidence and legal submissions. They might take time. Therefore, we should not manufacture certainty where certainty does not exist. We should not manufacture certainty where certainty does not exist. Because many people will manufacture certainty. Many people are already manufacturing. Those of us who are BIAFRANS, committed BIAFRANS, you must be careful. Do not manufacture certainty where certainty does not exist. If the court makes a decision, we discuss the decision. If the court reserves a decision, we explain that. If lawyers make an argument, we describe the argument. If prosecutors make an allegation, we identify it as an allegation. It remains an allegation, just like the allegation leveled against MAZI. So we continue to follow up. Already, we have gotten so many things that dissect the allegation and throw it to dustbin where it belongs. That is how we protect the credibility of what we are doing in this channel. We don't come here to form news or to give you news and say, oh, we've got breaking news. No. As I've told you before, every single thing we hear that is verified is what we're going to share. We can speculate within ourselves and we'll make you understand that these are speculations, what we expect. We can ask questions and we'll let you know that this question, and you equally can ask your own questions. You can put your own questions forward. So we must all be careful. Somebody is there asking for final judgment. There is no final judgment in the case of MAZI. The case is going to last, it was stipulated to last until 21st, but now it is going to last up to 28th. So how are you talking about final judgment when the argument is still going on? As we speak, the case, MAZI is still arguing his case. The argument is between the defense counsel and the prosecuting counsel. Every single accusation or evidence is being scrutinized, questioned, and properly looked into. It is going to take time. It's not. This is just what I was explaining. And even while I'm explaining, somebody is asking me the final judgment. I am not the court, neither am I the judge. They have only given us the timetable, that their timetable is until 21st, and now they are saying it's going to be more than 21st because of the weight of the case. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to fabricate anything to tell you. I'm just telling you the information that we need to know. Another issue that deserves attention is the role of international community. The role of the international community. Biafrans living in Europe, Britain, North America, Africa, other parts of the world have an opportunity to engage international institutions and government. This is where we have a role to play. Any part of the world where you are living, engage your own government and let them pay attention to what is happening in Finland. This is how we can support from the outside. In any part of the world you are living, even if you don't go to Finland, you can draw the attention of your own people, your representative, draw the attention to the case that is going on in Finland so that they can pay attention and they have a source of getting their own information. These are what we can do. But that engagement must be intelligent. We engage our lawmakers, wherever we are across the world, but make the engagement intelligent. Don't send emotional message. No. Don't supply or simply send emotional message. No, not facts. Present facts. Present facts, not emotional message. Your emotional message, this cannot move anything. Send facts to any place you are in the world, in your own representative. It is very easy to have MAZI. It's not like in Africa, where before you can see a local government chairman, you have to pay bribe to go and see a local chairman. And outside the country, it's very easy. You can see your representative just in the same restaurant where you're eating. You can just see him. They are not hiding. Present documented concerns to them. Present legal arguments. Present historical information. Tell them about Biafra, what we are going through, how far we have gone, the persecution and the lies against us. Explain political position clearly and demand peaceful solution. These are what we can do on our own. If you want politicians, parliamentarians, journalists, human rights organizations to listen to the Biafran question, then the message must be clear and credible. Our message must be clear and credible when we are presenting our message to international organizations, to our lawmakers where we reside. Make sure your message is clear and credible. We cannot expect the international community to take us serious if our own communication is built around rumors, insult, and unverified claims. Nobody's going to listen to you. If all you have is rumor, insult, and unverified claim, nobody will pay attention to you. We must make sure that our informations are verified. The stronger the evidence, the stronger the argument. The stronger the evidence, the stronger the argument. And while we are doing that, we must look back to ourselves in unity. We must focus on our unity also. Unity. These are the ways we can support our leaders. MAZI NNAMDI KANU, MAZI Simon Ekpa Njoko today. As Simon Ekpa is in there defending us, we should try to unite ourselves, not to come and display this unity, even in his presence. Some of us, even in his presence, while he's fighting for us, you are displaying this unity. That's the highest form of idiocy. Highest level of idiocy. I want to talk about something that may actually be more important than any individual personality. Unity. Unity is very important. Biafrans may disagree about leaders. We have seen it, not just Biafra, in other organizations, they are there. We may disagree about leaders. Some say they prefer MAZI NNAMDI KANU, some say they prefer MAZI Simon Ekpa. We may disagree on such levels. Biafrans may disagree about political strategy. Biafrans may disagree about method. But disagreement should not automatically become hatred. Disagreement should not automatically become hatred. I have said it before, I am saying it again, and I will still say it tomorrow. We must learn how to debate. We must learn how to challenge ideas without attacking individuals. We must understand that nobody owns an entire movement. The Biafran question is bigger than any one person. It is bigger than our Prime Minister MAZI Simon Ekpa. It is bigger than our Supreme Leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU. It is bigger than any political organization that is fighting for this agitation. Any group. Biafra is bigger than you. It is bigger than any YouTube channel that we are using, any form. Biafra is bigger than it. If people genuinely believe that self-determination is important, then the movement should be capable of surviving disagreement between individuals. That is maturity. We need maturity now more than ever. This Biafra we are talking about, it is very close. Oh, it's very close. MAZI Simon Ekpa is on international stage defending this Biafra to pluck the fruit immediately and hand it to. There was a place where MAZI Simon Ekpa said, I will help MAZI NNAMDI KANU to bring Biafra. That's exactly what he's doing today on international stage. That is what he's doing. Defending MAZI NNAMDI KANU, defending Biafra before defending himself. Defending MAZI NNAMDI KANU, defending Biafra, and then himself. Wherever you are as a Biafran, your support is highly needed. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping and stop pretending to sleep. We have slept enough. And for our young ones, for our youths, the young ones, to the younger generation watching this, just as I said before, the younger generations, they will be the ones to enjoy the fruit of our labor. And that is what we want. But they have a role to play. For our younger generation, read, learn, read, research, ask questions. Don't be a sheepish follower. Just like you're in this platform as I'm speaking, put your question on the comment section. When I see it, I will respond to you. If I don't see it now, I come back, I read it, I'll write it down on my next program, I will answer your question. If you want to come up, request for a link, I will send you a link, then you come in. If you're watching on TikTok, you want to join, send a request, I will bring you, you ask your question or you make your contribution. If you're watching on Facebook, the same thing. If you're watching on YouTube, the same thing. If you're watching on X, send your questions. That is for our youth. Do not allow anybody to manipulate you with false information. Don't share information simply because it confirms what you already believe. That is what many of us do. Once you see, oh, this person that did this video is from my group, you share it. You don't even know what the person is saying, whether it is true or not. Some of you, the group mentality have eaten your brain. It has eaten your brain. That even when you see something, you can't scrutinize it. You share simply because it is from your group. You don't even know whether the person, what you are sharing, whether it has the right information. Don't share information simply because it confirms what you already believe. Check the source. Look for official documents. Compare different accounts. Understand the law. Understand history. And most importantly, protect your future. I'm talking to the youths, the young ones. There are many. Because we are going to hand over this torch to them. The future of any political movement depends on the next generation. The future of any movement, political movement like ours, this Biafra agitation is a political movement. In case you don't know, it depends on the next generation. If young people become educated, disciplined, and politically aware, they can have a powerful influence on the future. But if young people are constantly pushed towards anger, hatred, and confrontation, everybody loses. So let us build a generation that understands the difference between activism and destruction. We must understand that difference. Activism doesn't mean come to online and insult people, call people names. You come, you begin to insult people, talk about their private life. That is not activism. And you claim you're talking about Biafra. You have the flag of Biafra in your platform, you play the message of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, and all you do there is to insult your brother, your sister, to attack people, defend people, lie against people, blackmail people, like the XDOS is doing today. In all their platform, they have turned it to a propaganda platform. The XDOS, all the platform they are running, they have turned it to a propaganda platform to blackmail, malign, and abuse. That is what they do. Justice must be consistent. Justice must be consistent. Brothers and sisters, there is another principle I want us to remember. Justice cannot be selective. It cannot be selective. Everyone that is watching, and to Finland authorities, justice cannot be selective. If we demand justice for Simon Ekpa, we should demand justice for everyone, and that is what we do. Biafra has been doing it. MAZI NNAMDI KANU, as we are demanding justice for, he himself is even paying for people to be free from prison. MAZI NNAMDI KANU is paying for people from the other religion, other tribe to be freed. He gets lawyers for them. Help them pay their bills and free them. So we're not talking about justice for MAZI NNAMDI KANU alone or MAZI Samanaka alone, for all. If we demand due process for MAZI NNAMDI KANU, we should also demand due process for everyone, and that is what we are doing. If we demand human rights for the Biafran people, we should defend human rights as a principle. And we have been defending it. We've been doing our best. And we should continue to do that. That will make us stronger. If we continue to do that, it will make us stronger, because justice is not supposed to depend on whether we like a person involved or not. No. Justice is supposed to depend on the law. It depends on the law. Whether you like the person, you hate the person, it doesn't make any sense. The law decides. And that is why the court should remain fair trial, due process, rule of law, human dignity. That is what we are asking for Finland. We are not asking for any special treatment. All we are asking is fair trial, due process, rule of law, human dignity. And that we will get by the special case of Chukwu. What should BIAFRANS do now? And many will be asking, what are we going to do now? What should BIAFRANS do? There are things we can do with the BIAFRANS. While the case is going on, as you have heard, it is going to last. Even after 21st, the case will continue because of the weight of the argument. You know, when you are dealing with a lawyer and somebody who knows what he wants, all those opportunities that was denied to MAZI Samanaka in the lower court, he is getting the opportunity now, and he will utilize it to the best. And the court will allow him to exhaust everything he has. So we, the Biafran people, wherever you are, what do? Number one, we have to stay informed. Follow credible information concerning the Finland proceedings. That is what we do. Number two, remain peaceful wherever we are, home and abroad. We must remain peaceful because they are watching us. We must remain peaceful so that we will not do something that is going to be detrimental to the case of MAZI Samanaka. We must continue to support lawful advocacy. Support lawful advocacy. Use democratic and peaceful channels to communicate your political positions. As we are speaking online, so many of you can be going to the channels, meeting so many people, engaging organizations. Continue to speak. Lawful advocacy. Number four, document facts. Continue to pile up your documents. We are keeping documents. If there is a human right concern, document them carefully. The human right concern is still going on in Biafra land. Continue to document the human right concern in Biafra land. Those of us in Biafra, document it on video and writing and pictures. Keep it. Very important. Engage international communities. Contact journalists, lawmakers, civil societies, organizations, and relevant institutions respectfully and factually. These are what we are supposed to be doing. And these are things we can do. We must reject division. We must. Number six, we must reject division. It's a must. Disagreement does not have to destroy the movement. And number seven, keep the conversation on justice and self-determination. Everything we have to say within this time, as MAZI Samanaka is in the court, is about justice and self-determination. Do not allow the conversation to be reduced to personal insult. Don't ever allow anybody to drag you to personal insult. We have gone past that. Now I want to hear from you. If you are watching this live stream right now, on the comment section, you can tell us on the comment section, what do you think should happen next in MAZI Simon Ekpa case? If you are watching, wherever you are watching me, either on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, I want you to put down on the comment section, what do you think should happen next in our Prime Minister MAZI Simon Ekpa case? what do you think will happen? Do you believe the international community should pay greater attention? Do you believe there should be more dialogue about Biafra self-determination? Do you believe the Nigerian government should approach the Biafran question differently, not by killing, destroying, blackmailing, and lying? And what do you think Biafra should be doing at this stage? Put it on the comment section. Write in the comment section. I want you to put your opinion on the comment section. What's your opinion? This is a discussion. This is a section where we discuss. I'm not here just to give you words. You can equally have a superior argument or a superior suggestions. I want you to put your opinion on the comment section. But please, disagree respectfully. You can disagree, but disagree respectfully. Don't insult anybody simply because they have a different opinion. Don't. We are here to discuss. We are here to learn. We are here to analyze. We are here to make our voice heard peacefully. That is what we have been doing and we will continue to do. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world that are watching, wherever you are watching from, as we come towards the end of this day's broadcast, let me make one thing very clear. The Finland appeal is important. The Finland appeal is very important. The legal process is very important. Justice is important. The question of Biafra self-determination remains important to many people, but our response must be measured. Our response must be measured. We must not allow emotion to replace facts. We must not allow rumors to replace evidence. We must not allow division to replace unity. And we must not allow frustration to destroy the peaceful political advocacy that many people are trying to build. If we want the world to listen to us, we must communicate intelligently. If we want justice, we must demand due process. Just as we are already demanding, we must continue to demand due process. If we want fairness, we must also be willing to apply fairness universally. We must be ready. That's if we want fairness. As we are shouting fairness, fairness, if we want fairness, we must also be willing to apply fairness universally. And if we want Biafra question to be taken seriously internationally, then we must demonstrate seriousness ourselves. You and I, we must be serious. If we want to be taken seriously internationally, we must demonstrate seriousness. MAZI NNAMDI has shown seriousness. MAZI Simon Ekpa has shown seriousness. What about you? What about me? We must demonstrate seriousness. So, my fellow BIAFRANS, stay focused, stay informed, stay peaceful. Keep demanding justice wherever you are. Keep demanding fairness and continue to support lawful democratic discussion of political future of the people concerned. MAZI NNAMDI KANU, MAZI Simon Ekpa. We must continue to do what we have to do, support them at all times. Every one of us that have been this platform, if you have stayed with us throughout this live stream, I want to sincerely thank you. Everyone that have been with us in this live stream from beginning to this time, if you have made it to this point, I want to sincerely thank you for giving me your time. Please hit the like button as you are there. Share the program. Share the broadcast to everyone. Make it go viral. Share to family and friends, to well-wishers. Subscribe to True Survivor. If you have not done so, please do so. Subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever I come online, you will be one of those to join us. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss our next update that is coming. And most importantly, don't just watch, participate. Anytime you join us, don't just watch, participate. Your contribution in the comment section matters a lot. Tell us what you think. What is your assessment of the latest Finland development? What should happen next? Your own contribution matters a lot. And what role should Biafrans around the world play in the continued demand for justice and fairness? Until our next brokers, remain informed, remain peaceful, remain focused. This is Chuk Survivor. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of us. I appreciate every one of you. Victory is sure. Remain positive-minded wherever you are. In as much as the challenges are enormous, I know. But you must remain positive. Chukwu Okike Abiama will grant us victory. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama tomorrow. Stay blessed and always hang on. Once there is an update, you will always see me. I will come around as quick as possible and deliver the updates. I appreciate every one of you that have been with us on this program. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being for the program. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect us. Thank you and see you again next time. Remain blessed.
BIAFRANS demand for justice for MAZI Simon Ekpa Joko, a prisoner of conscience in Finland, who is standing to save the life of people. Justice for Simon Ekpa Joko. Justice for all BIAFRANS. Let us continue to demand for justice for MAZI Simon Ekpa. He is innocent and must be released unconditionally. Nigerian government is the one responsible for all atrocities happening.
From the roots to the sky.
See you again.
In the silence of the night, we still call your name. Through the storm and the struggle, we carry your flame. Though the walls may be high and the chains may be strong, your voice echoes louder every freedom song. Look, we remember your courage, we remember your stand. For the people, for the future, for the promised land. Even when you're not here, your spirit still leads. In the hearts of the people, in our words and deeds. Oh, we don't go tired. We don't go fall. Through the fire, we stand tall. We know he will be free. Oh yeah. In our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know he will be free. One day, through the night, we go see better day. We miss your voice, your guiding light. But your spirit keeps the fire burning bright. From the streets to the villages, the message go round. Every voice, every soul in a freedom sound. No prison can silence what the truth has begun. Like the rising of the moon and the shining of the sun. Hey, they can try to hold you down, but they don't understand. This is bigger than a man, it's the cry of a lion. From the elders to the youth, everybody knows. Freedom is a seed and it's already grown. Oh, we go rise again. We don't go fail. Through the pain, your voice we hear. We know he will be free. Oh yeah. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know he will be free. One day, through the night we go see better day. We miss your voice, your guiding light. But your spirit is the fire burning bright. Even in absence, you're never gone. In every prayer, in every song, your strength lives on, your fire remains. Breaking the silence, breaking the day. Sunshine, shine, freedom, freedom, we cry. Freedom, freedom, we rise.
I'm coming, let me run.
We know he will be free. Oh yeah. In our hearts and our dreams we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know he will be free. One day, through the night we go see better days. We miss your presence, hear the light. And together we go win this fight. He will be free. Biafra spirit never dies. From the roots to the sky. In the silence of the night, we still call your name. Through the storm and the struggle, we carry your faith. Though the walls may be high and the chains may be strong, your voice echoes louder every freedom song. Oh, we remember your courage, we remember your stand. For the people, for the future, for the promised land. Even when you're not here, your spirit still leads. In the hearts of the people, in our words and deeds. Oh, we no go tire, we no go fall. Through the fire, we stand tall. We know he will be free. Oh yeah, in our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know he will be free. One day, through the night, we go see better day. We miss your voice, your guiding light. But your spirit keeps the fire burning bright. From the streets to the villages, the message go round. Every voice, every soul hear the freedom sound. No prison can silence what the truth has begun. Like the rising of the moon and the shining of the sun. Hey, they can try to hold you down, but they don't understand. This is bigger than a man, it's the cry of a lion. From the elders to the youth, everybody go. Freedom is a seed and it's already grown. Oh, we go rise again. We don't go fail. Through the pain, your voice we hear. We know he will be free. Oh yeah. In our hearts, in our dreams, we believe. Simon Ekpa, we call your name. Born for the struggle, born for the flame. We know he will be free. One day, We cry. Freedom, freedom, we rise.